do shit.
For PK quality,
I'm worried
anytime.
about Tricia.
I'm around
Question
you.
remains, what happened in our building?
Matt will not forgive the renegades for that.
Together. It's not our doing. We've got other things to worry about now.
Why don't we go and ask Aiden?
Something tells me that whatever he has to say is above your pay grade.
Are you still suspicious?
Tell me what's up with you instead.
Having the power gone
Yesterday,
will
my
change the
youngest
tide of
said,
the war.
when
I hear the
grow up, I
PK
wanna
engineers
fix
are
the
working on
renegades
alarms
too.
and electric
Not
traps.
work on the boat like you and
Fetch
Dad.
this, dump that.
Come on, girl.
What am I, an errand boy?
Interesting how this will end. I got a bad feeling.
Ader looks like a pile of ground beef. What did that to him?
It's a shame to admit it, but I cried when the city lit up.
I heard about Rose withdrawal from the island. I hope Matt knows what he's doing. Get moving.
You have such well-kept hands. Well, you know. Now that was work.
I heard about
Moaning,
you. Why
guts
don't you
spilling
join
out,
the
somebody
PK?
dying 3 feet away.
at his workshop.
Give me a break.
That's amazing.
At least that kind of thing doesn't happen here.
You just have to be
There's something in the air.
It's a paradise
We
here.
had popped
Can you
off
feel it?
reports on me once. Man, did it fly? I almost killed my pal.
I thought our chances against renegades were pretty good.
Shit now.
Not so sure.
You're making a mistake.
Ever think about it? You're a fierce fighter, from what I heard.
Aiden, don't just stand there. Come here.
This feud is silly.
Know what this is? These brass knuckles belonged first to Commander Lucas. Then, they passed on to Aitor. What happened in Old Villador? It can't happen again. We have to save the city, Aiden. From the plague, from the Butcher and his men. Whatever they're planning.
Okay. But over the radio, you said you have information for me.
Yes, but before we get down to that, tell me, Aiden, what do you need this database for? What does it contain?
I'm looking for my sister.
What happened to her?
A long time ago, Waltz hurt her. He took her from me. And I want him to tell me where she is. If she's still alive somewhere. That's why I was looking for the GRE command center. To access Waltz's database on its servers.
So we have a common enemy.
Meaning?
Waltz. That's the Butcher's right-hand man. He pumps his men full of inhibitors. We can get them both. I brought you here because I know that a few GRE scientists are hiding out in the city. We picked up the trail of one of them right before the renegade attack.
Sounds promising.
When I find a scientist, we'll see what they know. If they are of no use, we'll find another and another until you get the answers you're looking for.
Why are the former GRE in hiding?
They're afraid of the wrath of the people. People angry because the GRE spread the infection.
So it's true. The GRE brought in the virus.
Who else? They say they performed experiments in their bases. They brought in containers from Haran at night, in secret from the government. And then everything collapsed. In revenge, people captured the scientists and hanged them from lampposts.
And killed the only people who had a chance of finding a cure.
There is no cure and there never will be, Aiden. That's GRE propaganda.
Fine. What do you want in return?
What do you think I want? Maybe the same thing both of us want? The city has electricity again. The renegades are on the attack. For the first time since the war ended, they attacked our outposts in the city center. But new possibilities have opened up for us as well. Thanks to the electricity, we can fire up the biggest antenna in the center, on the VNC tower spire.
What, you want to defeat the Butcher using radio?
In a way. The signal will let me reach a larger number of people. Communication between settlements will be improved. We'll enlist more recruits and defend the city. And then it will be easier to find the surviving GRE doctors you need.
I'll do my part. But what guarantee do I have that you'll help me after?
You don't trust me, Aiden?
I haven't been here that long, but I can already tell that kept promises are rare in this city.
If we don't find any of the GRE scientists, I promise I'll get Waltz for you. You're working with Luan, which makes me think you're looking for him too.
Okay, I'm in.
Good. The Butcher attacked for a reason. I want to make sure this city is safe, no matter what.
You all right, sir?
Maya will share our plan with you. Go see her as soon as you can. Oh, and Aiden, you don't have to call me sir. To friends, I'm Jack.
Okay. Jack?
Until today, I thought our chances against renegades.
Aiden, what do you want, son?
These renegades. It seems they're everywhere.
Not for long. Once we get the transmitter on top of the VNC tower, the Butcher will have to retreat.
I'm not sure it's gonna be so simple, Jack.
Simple. Heard you're doing a hell of a job clearing the city of rats.
Do you think they might be looking for something in the center? I mean, they keep coming, but it's not like an organized attack.
Of course it's not organized, because it's being led by a madman.
If Williams is really crazy, why didn't he just flood the city with the toxic water instead of sending in random excursions?
Crazy is as crazy does, Aiden. Given how easily he could do it. Destroying the city isn't his goal. Not all at once, at least. By sending in bloodthirsty renegades, the Butcher's just creating chaos for its own sake. So the good people of the city become steeped in fear as he sits there in his high throne in white motherfucking gloves and listens to classical music.
That sounds pretty fucked up to me.
But we can counteract his terrorism with our campaign of enlightenment. That's why it's so vital to get the transmitter operating, so the people know the true enemy. Then, we can defend ourselves properly.
Nothing. I think I know everything I need.
Good luck, then.
Until today, I thought our chances against renegades were pretty good. But now, I'm around if you need me, friend.
Not much traffic today. Nobody's in a hurry in this kind of weather. What the hell?
He's not coming
Give
back.
my razor to someone?
But they've given him a shot.
Chuck needed it.
And it
I
didn't
couldn't
do
use
shit.
it.
Wouldn't it be better to give everyone a weapon just to keep?
Don't just stand there.
Matt told me to see you.
Yes, he wanted me to give you this. A little reward for helping us peacekeepers. A UV flashlight. Could come in handy.
Thanks. He said something about a plan?
The VNC tower. Now that the lights are on, we can use the TV antenna to broadcast our call for mobilization. But first, we need to get to the top. And that's a long road. What do you want to know?
Tell me more about this radio station on the tower.
It's the tallest building in Villador. It was once a symbol of the city's greatness. Now, a symbol of its fall.
Why do you say that?
That antenna could bring the city together once more. But anyone who goes up there trying to fire it up, guess what happens?
Nothing good, I bet.
Damn right. The city's potential shining beacon is a death trap. We're hoping it'll be different this time. We're gonna light it up with UV lamps.
What makes it so dangerous?
A volatile nest inside, so we think. It's the biggest dark zone around. Once, night runners tried to take it over. They wanted to use the antenna to connect all the separate groups of survivors, give the people some hope. But they never even got close to the antenna. And in the end, the night runners were wiped out.
Wait, wiped out? You mean every last Night Runner?
That's the problem. Frank had it all carefully planned. But for his plan to have worked, he'd need everyone. All hands on deck.
And that didn't happen?
Not everyone believed in the plan. So there was a rift. Frank thought they'd come around in time, but not everyone came around after all. The plan went to shit. It was horrifying. Those who heard the Night Runner's screams on the radio that night still have nightmares about it.
What happened to the group that refused to join the mission?
Split up, drifted apart. Whoever led the descent was branded a traitor. And the Night Runners faded into a shameful memory after that. We shouldn't waste time on the past. We need our heads in the game, here and now.
Okay, let's get going. Are the lights in place?
They would be, if Juan from Supplies would just do his job for once.
I take it that he didn't.
He's been playing hide and seek the last few days, and he's late. Getting on my nerves. So look in on Juan first. See what his deal is. And when you do find him, kick him in the ass. Tell him it's from me.
out by Raider himself. He took the effort to do it personally.
Looking for Juan Raynor.
You don't appear to be on a schedule.
It's urgent. The commander sent me.
So Monsieur Jacques sends you?
Jacques?
Jacques Mat. Monsieur Reyna is not here. I can take a message.
No, I need to talk to him in person. Where is he?
Unfortunately, I can't help. Monsieur Reyna's whereabouts are no one's business. Wait if he must. Anything else?
Oh, wait, but you're no fun. What about your boss? What's he do for fun?
Monsieur Reyna is well known as a connoisseur of the finer things in life. Food, drink, and pretty much anything that walks on two legs.
Is he near any of these so-called finer things right now? Maybe I can drop in on him there.
Nice try, but no. I won't say.
Matt's not gonna be happy.
Juan is not particularly concerned with the little major's feelings. Do come again.
In the Juan?
Hayden, getting settled in the city?
Working on it. Meyer and Jack sent me to Supply. Interesting bunch. Not like any of the other PKs I've met.
That might be because they're not PKs, Eagle Eye. Business is their true faith.
I see. Anyway, I can't track down their boss.
Juan? He likes to make himself scarce. Probably lurking around the fisheye.
The canteen?
The slick bastard's even got his own table there. Bribes the cook to bring him off-menu goods. He lives like the fall never took place.
I'll look for him there.
Good luck finding him. And good luck if you do find him.
Excuse me.
Yes.
What are you reading?
Carnival of the Sad. Into bondage, are you?
Afraid not. People trying to tie me down? Bad memories. No.
No, of course you're not. But don't worry. Maybe you'll grow into it one day.
Why don't Juan and Jack Matt, like each other?
Because Jacques Mat wants everyone to be like Jacques Mat. And I, for example, want everyone to be who they want to be. Maybe that's why Juan and I get along so well. After all, the world has ended, yes? The rules have changed. So I do what I want and don't ask anyone for permission anymore.
Gotta go now.
Au revoir.
I hope Jack Matt deals with these damn renegades. Don't want my name ending up in some memorial down in the streets.
Keep it up. Inwritten. Maybe you'll actually... pull it off one day. I can't. Who said that? Who said that? I'll teach you, noodle dicks. Drill just got extended.
You'd be free to do some honest work.
You know the guys. Matt doesn't want any trouble, I think.
True. You'd make a great peacekeeper.
Tell me what's up with you instead.
Yesterday, my youngest said, when I grow up, I want to pick the renegades too. Not work on the boat like you and Daddy. Come on, girl. Interesting how this will end. That's right. The lazy plan's okay.
Fetch this, dump that.
Me?
What am I, an errand boy?
The nerve? Don't think I could have handled that.
That one's no.
Well, I couldn't.
My dad
Just
had
hope
one
it
like
doesn't
that
get
in his
worse here.
workshop. Same
If it
brand
gets
even.
worse, we'll
An
concept of
amazing
crisis.
citizen.
I've already learned not
Is it
to
not?
worry ahead of time.
That's a corundum grindum.
You know what that is, kid? Corundum? It's a mineral. As hard as a meteor.
Pilgrim, I heard about you.
One day they might just blow up the dam and flood the entire city.
And here I see some strange dude loitering around my place. I talk to him politely and he starts looking at the shit. Bring him down.
I used to work as a railroad security. We need to resolve this amicably. We can't let the situation become violent.
Change the subject.
Too many years around.
Sounds like a shit.
Are bandits all about violence to get what they want?
Avery's the one to worry about. She's the outlaw.
Juan Raynor?
You lost, man? We didn't call for a waiter.
I've got orders to find you. From Meyer and the commander. And my name's...
I know who you are, Aiden. After that bang-up with the Renegades, half the canteen wants to name their most precious offspring after you. Including Vinny here. But you interrupted our meal. State your purpose in one sentence, then please, make yourself scarce.
Oh, you know perfectly well why I'm here. The UV lamps. Meyer says you owe the Peacekeepers a delivery.
And you think your barking will make an impression on me? The lummox-in-chief Jack thinks he can scent his terrier, and everyone will wet themselves in terror. But what can I expect? He can't tell the difference between champagne in a crystal chalice or water from a dog's bowl. He hasn't an ounce of refinement. Isn't that right, Vinny?
I don't know.
Don't be afraid. It's not like Jack is gonna march in and have you hanged. At least not now. Vinny. When will you grow a spine? You want my attention, Aiden? Show me you deserve it. What can you offer me?
Look, I could help you out as easily as I'm trying to help Matt.
I don't doubt that. I've heard you were a pilgrim. But you're new here. Smashing the skulls of a few peasants doesn't mean everyone wants to lift you up on their backs. You have to be more subtle with people. Everyone has their own desire, their own price. Your pitch just isn't working for me quite yet. Try again.
Mm-hmm. All right, listen. I'm just trying to help. I need those lamps.
So the groveling and begging begins. My favorite part. You really need them? Or Jack? What'd he promise you?
Look, you were supposed to deliver, and I was asked to make sure you do.
And how do you expect to do that? Maybe bat your pretty eyelashes at me? I'm not saying you're not my type, because you are. But I need a reason to break Vinny's heart for someone else. So you have to try harder.
Huh. Okay.
You've used up all your time. Didn't pique my interest.
But what is it you want, Juan?
Like they used to say, if you gotta ask the price, you can't afford it. Returning to more pressing matters.
And?
What should we try next?
Did you make headway with the pompous ass?
Never met a guy quite like him before.
Told you.
We don't have a good
Come see me back at my place.
go with it.
We'll talk.
Even a drop of Pinot. Maybe some fruit. Sweets always do me good between heavier courses.
Kind of drug. Element all over again. A little space, please.
I hear Matt told his men to leave.
Let me guess. He scarfed down 5 courses and had a hot young woman at his side.
A young man, but the rest is accurate.
He's a piece of work, all right.
Well, I need him to get back to work. Jack needs UV lamps and Juan's dragging his feet.
That'll be tough. Juan barely listens to Jack, so he'll be an even tougher audience for you. He has his own men and power base, and he loves rubbing Jack's nose in that.
And what can I do about that?
Same as everyone else. Bribe him. He likes fine art, antiques, expensive shit from before the fall. When he sees something that used to be valuable, he can't stop himself. 0 self-control.
All right, where can I find something like that?
I heard of an old Polish guy who lived in a penthouse by Liberation Passage. They say he was an art collector. You can try his place. You can only get there via paraglider. That's why there's a chance something's left. I'll be on the radio and guide you to him.
What about you, huh? Going on a hunt?
No, a party. It's Danier's birthday, but you never know when a guest list will overlap with a hit list. Why don't you come and have a drink with us when you're done with Juan?
I don't think Danier likes me.
He doesn't like anybody. We'll be in touch. Good luck.
Sometimes I go once more from the top. Surely you can memorize at least this.
Hey, what's all this about?
We are rehearsing a play, my dear boy. A comedy, to be precise. An art form that has nearly vanished in these dark times.
I see. So did you write this play?
I wish I did. But no, it's The Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare, a classic of theatre.
Classic? How old is it?
Almost half a millennium. That is why we must not forget it. It's a crucial part of our cultural history. Would you care to join our little theatre group?
Join? No. I was just curious.
I love it when you young'uns get curious. Listen, if you want to know more, go find Albert. He's on a mission to collect all the works of classical literature. His endeavors would surely satiate your curiosity. And then some.
Sounds interesting. Where can I find him?
He set up a modest library in the Peacekeeper's ship, has stockpiled lots of books so far, and he's on a constant search for more. So even if books themselves don't capture your imagination, you can still make a pretty penny there.
Handsome fella.
Grand Sire cut in alabaster.
Sit like his grandsire cut in alabaster. Sleep when he wakes and creep into the
jaundice.
Sleep when he wakes and creep into the jaundice. By being P.
My grandfather father used to work as
What?
a miner in the quarry.
What does this word even mean?
Peevish. That means annoying. See? I told you your paltry vocabulary would grow in leaps and bounds this way.
Sleep when he wakes and creep into the jaundice. All right, let's get back to it then.
Sleep when he wakes and creep into the jaundice. By being peevish?
Oh yes, perfect. Keep going.
I tell thee what, Antonio. I love thee, and it is my love that speaks. There are a sort of men whose visages do cream and mantle like a standing pond, and do a willful stillness entertain, with purpose to be dressed in an opinion of wisdom, gravity, profound concept.
Conceit.
Of wisdom, gravity, profound conceit, as who should say, I am Sir Oracle, and when I open my lips, let no dog bark.
Bravo, bravo.
Oh, my Antonio, I do know of these, that therefore only are reputed wise, for saying nothing when I am very sure, if they should speak, would almost damn those ears, which hearing them would call their brothers fools. I'll tell thee more of this another time, but fish not with this melancholy bait, for this fool
Gudgeon.
For this fool gudgeon this opinion. Come, good Lorenzo, fare ye well a while.
I'll end my exhortation after dinner.
Well, we will leave you then till dinner time.
I must be one of these same dumb wise men, for Gratiano never lets me speak.
Well, keep me company but 2 years more.
Thought salt not know the sound of thine own tongue.
Wait, that's not right, is it?
Thou shalt not know the sound of thine own tongue.
Farewell. I'll grow a talker for this gear.
Thanks in faith, for silence is only commendable.
And it needs tongue dried and a maid not fendable.
Bravo, gentlemen, bravo. I mean, I swoon. Now, the performances could still use some polish here and there, but I dare say this is solid progress. So, let's take a break before we move to the next scene.
Inhibitor container detected.
Thanks for the hospitality. Of course. This ain't PK territory. Community still means something here.
Luan? There's nothing left in here.
Daniel said it's a virgin spot. Keep looking.
This message is sponsored by the government and approved by the GRE. Do you want to beat the virus? Do you want to save humanity? It's simple. Have more sex. This is the easiest and by far the most enjoyable way for mankind to survive. Have you done it 5 times this week already? Why not go for 15? Sex also has a positive effect on your overall health. It improves blood circulation along with your physical and mental abilities. We highly recommend the missionary position, as well as the posterior knee-elbow position. Gentlemen, improve the quality of your semen. Eat more spinach, broccoli, and eggs. For protein, insects are a must. Give birth to a beautiful new life. Let's make love, and let's save humanity together.
Voice message from 5:36 p.m.
Mr. Bukowski, your transport is en route to you. The art collection should be on the roof already. As soon as the chopper is over the city, we'll call again.
Luan, I think I found his stash. A helicopter was coming for this guy. They sent everything to the roof. I'm headed there to look.
Good luck.
Ah, fuck. There aren't any paintings left. Everything's been destroyed. Hey, Luan? Found our collector, but no sign of his collection. Luan? Hey, you there?
Jesus, Aiden. I told you I was leaving.
Okay, quick thing. Nothing here except for a bottle of whiskey and one of vodka. At least the whiskey's the good stuff.
Juan likes a good whiskey. Maybe if you get him shit-faced, he'll loosen up, so to speak.
So he's still in the canteen?
I saw him leaving. Seemed to be heading back to the ship, probably to his quarters.
Okay, I'll go there.
And listen, that vodka, Daniel is a big fan. If you're planning to drop by, which you probably aren't, but if you really want to get to know this city, this is the way. Just saying.
Inhibitor container detected.
Command never sends us inside those GRE labs. Everybody knows they're hellholes.
All right, who farted?
Hey, Pops. Today I was pulling civilians out of that dark zone I told you about. Killian. It was my first dark zone ever. It wasn't that bad, except for just this one thing. We saved a mother and her children who got trapped in there, and I have no idea what got into me. But I wanted to go deeper. I wanted to keep going. Find one more family. One more child. Make sure no one was left behind. I had to make sure. Killian tried to tell me we'd cleared the dark zone. For some reason, I didn't believe him. We argued. In the middle of it all, a fucking viral jumped on my back. I thought I was... I'm alive only because of Killian. I wish I could talk to you about this.
Wanna try a pint?
Inhibitor container detected.
One of two of life's great pleasures.
I'm dying to hear what the other one is.
What do you think? The sweet, sweet thrill of gambling, obviously.
Oh, yeah? What's your game?
Now it's just boring cards. When the captain's not looking. Used to be much more crazy when the night runners were around. See that group of buildings there? They had a parkour course between them. There was this cheeky guy named... Hassan? Hakan? Anyway, he used it to test recruits for their skills with the grappling hook. Gave them some wicked shit with it.
Let me guess. You and the guys placed bets on who's gonna fall on his ass first.
Exactly. Well, well, well. You do know how to have fun. I like you. Hey, tell you what. Why don't we bring the excitement back?
How do you mean?
Well, some of these recruits actually finished the course. And several of them had some crazy results, even. How about you test yourself and see if you can break their time? And I could take bets from the guys again. Win-win, eh? Hey, fellas, get your purses ready. We may have action here. If you feel up to it, just punch the bell. It's a bit dusty, as you can see.
That is beautiful. What song is that?
Oh, a very old one. Where I come from, the women sing, so their men return home from sea safely.
So, you were singing to someone in particular?
To my betrothed. Though he will never return again. He died during the bombing of the city.
I'm sorry.
11 years have passed, and I still think of him. I feel like someone has cursed me. Even the fact that I am here today. That's because of him.
How's that?
He won't laugh.
No.
Before the evacuation, I hid a few mementos in a safe at my office. I thought, if I could get them back, all those old thoughts would stop tormenting me.
Mementos of him?
Yes, letters. They're very personal. Alas, that office building is a complete ruin now. I would have to learn to fly to get in there.
I can help you.
You could do that. It's that office building over there.
Right, in the safe?
In my office, upstairs in the personnel department. Turn the dial twice to the right, once to the left, once to the right. Got that?
Can you repeat that?
Twice to the right, once to the left, once to the right. Will you remember?
I'll remember.
It is nice of you to help me. But I don't even know who you are.
My name's Aiden.
And I'm Charlotte. Thank you, Aiden.
Nah, it's nothing. Wait here for me. Oof, this isn't the right department. Alrighty then. What was the code? Twice to the right. Once to the left. Once to the right. Yeah, it worked. I found the safe. Here.
These are all of them? You're certain?
All the ones from the safe.
They're beautiful. The jackass knew how to write. Too bad he didn't only write them to me. Know what he said right before he died? That he loved another woman and regretted she wasn't there beside him. I'll never forgive him for that.
What are you doing?
Freeing myself from him. 11 years I've tried to do this, but failed. I've wanted so badly to erase him from my memory, but I keep thinking of these damned letters. The only proof that anything ever bound us. Now he's gone, without a trace.
I don't know what to say.
Hey! Why the long face? Lighten up, Aiden. You really helped me. I feel like someone has lifted my curse.
There were some valuables in the safe, too.
Take them if you want.
Are you sure?
I'm done living in the past.
Farewell, Charlotte. Take care.
Farewell, Aiden.
Jack and Jill would never lose something so valuable.
Or they dead. You're just buying all this crap about the newcomer?
Inhibitor container nearby. Container nearby.
January 24th, 2023. GRE report on the state of the epidemic. I'm sorry to report that infection numbers are going up, not down. The mortality rate in Europe has increased from 45,000 cases per week to 320,000. In Ukraine and Poland, the number of cases has increased by 400% each week. In Russia and Spain, healthcare systems are completely overwhelmed. Despite the mobilization of the military and the closure of borders, despite implementing containment measures in the 20 most impacted cities, the protocol is failing us. We now have to face the facts and admit that nowhere is safe. Russia's military has begun a campaign of genocide against those even suspected of infection. It pains me to say what follows, but there is little hope of survival for most of the world's current population. Thus, we at the GRE must pivot. Look at the bigger picture to prevent mankind's extinction. Speed up our actions. Time is short. We must centralize resources and start operating at the very heart of events. Enhance our efforts to bring humanity a cure. Start making immediate decisions. But also, and my voice trembles when I say this, radical ones.
Ugh.